Donald Trump had always been a polarizing figure, but one thing even his critics couldn't deny was his occasional penchant for grand, unexpected gestures. It was on a chilly December morning in New York City when Trump, fresh from a business meeting, turned to his team with a spark in his eye. "Cancel the rest of my schedule," he said. "I'm going to do something meaningful today." His team exchanged puzzled glances but knew better than to question him. "What do you have in mind, Mr. Trump?" 1. 8 venture. Trump smirked. "You'll see. We're visiting Starlight Children's Hospital." Starlight was renowned for its cutting-edge care and tireless efforts to bring comfort to children battling life-threatening illnesses. Despite its reputation, it struggled with funding and resources, particularly during the holiday season. By the time Trump's convoy arrived at the hospital, word had already spread. Security personnel were on high alert, and hospital administrators rushed to the entrance to greet him. The children, unaware of what was happening, were busy with their daily routines, some in therapy sessions, others confined to their beds. Trump stepped out of his SUV, dressed in a tailored navy suit with a bright red tie. His larger-than-life presence immediately drew attention. He was accompanied by his usual entourage, but this time, he had a Santa sack slung over his shoulder. The hospital director, Dr. Emily Roberts, approached him with a mixture of surprise and gratitude. "Mr. Trump, welcome to Starlight. This is an unexpected honor." Trump shook her hand firmly. "Thank you, Dr. Roberts. I heard about the incredible work you're doing here, and I wanted to see it for myself. Let's get started." Without further ado, Trump began his tour of the facility. He visited the neonatal intensive care unit, where tiny infants fought for their lives, and spoke with exhausted but hopeful parents. He knelt beside young cancer patients, listening intently as they shared their dreams of becoming astronauts, doctors, and athletes. At one point, a boy named Jacob, no older than 7, tugged on Trump's jacket. "Mr. Trump, do you believe in miracles?" he asked, his voice barely audible over the hum of medical equipment. Trump crouched down to meet Jacob's gaze. "I believe in people like you, Jacob. You're the real miracle here." Jacob grinned, his pale face lighting up. Trump's Santa sack wasn't just for show. It was filled with gifts, everything from tablets and gaming consoles to signed books and toys. He personally handed out each item, making sure every child received something tailored to their interests. But Trump wasn't done. After the gift-giving, he called for a private meeting with Dr. Roberts and her team. "I'm impressed by what I've seen here," he said. "But I also see the challenges you're facing. What do you need to make this hospital even better?" Dr. Roberts hesitated, then spoke candidly. "Funding, Mr. Trump. We're stretched thin, and there are so many advancements in pediatric care we can't afford to implement." Trump nodded thoughtfully. "Consider it done. I'll cover the costs for the new equipment and expansion plans. And I'll make sure this hospital has what it needs to keep doing its amazing work." The room fell silent. Dr. Roberts, usually composed, blinked back tears. "Thank you, Mr. Trump. This will change so many lives." Word of Trump's visit and his generous pledge spread quickly. By the time he left the hospital, a crowd of reporters had gathered outside. Trump gave a brief statement, emphasizing the importance of supporting children's healthcare. "This isn't about politics," he said firmly. "It's about doing what's right. These kids deserve the best care we can give them, and I'm honored to play a part in that." Over the next few weeks, true to his word, Trump's team worked tirelessly to ensure the hospital received the promised funds. New equipment arrived, additional staff were hired, and construction began on a state-of-the-art wing. The impact was immediate. Survival rates improved, wait times decreased, and the hospital became a beacon of hope for families across the country. Trump continued to stay involved, visiting periodically to check on the progress and spend time with the children. His visits became a source of excitement, with kids eagerly anticipating the larger-than-life figure who always seemed to bring joy and hope. Years later, Jacob, the boy who had asked Trump about miracles, stood on a stage at his high school graduation. Now healthy and cancer-free, he delivered a heartfelt speech. I once asked Mr. Trump if he believed in miracles, Jacob said, his voice steady. He told me I was the miracle. But the truth is, the real miracle was what he did for me and so many others. Because of him, I'm here today, ready to chase my dreams. In the audience, Trump sat in the front row, his trademark smirk replaced by a rare, genuine smile. He stood and clapped as Jacob finished his speech, feeling a sense of fulfillment that no business deal could ever match. As Trump left the graduation ceremony, surrounded by applause, he turned to one of his aides and said, "This is what it's all about, making a difference. Let's find the next place we can help." And so, the legacy of Donald Trump's visit to Starlight Children's Hospital became more than just a moment in time, it became a symbol of how one act of kindness could ripple outwards, changing lives in ways no one could have imagined.